Hello and welcome to this week's video vlog. That's redundant. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's vlog, Shine with Tia. I hope you're having an amazing day and have had an amazing week so far. If you're not a part of our Shine community, I encourage you to do so. All you have to do is log onto our website at tiabrewer.com, click on the Shine button, and you're automatically a part of our Shine community, our family, our circle. All right, so I'm going to jump right into it. All month long throughout our month of June, we've been talking about how to remain and stay positive. This is important because most of my clients, my followers, my circle, we're enterprising, we're entrepreneurs at heart. We're creating businesses, we're doing projects, we've got books inside of us. We got things that we're doing. So what we do not need is negativity or the negative energy. It's like we've got to stay upbeat. We've got to stay positive. So how do you do that? All month long, I've been talking and providing tips on how to remain positive because you got to stay positive so you can stay focused and move forward with what God's putting you to do. So this is video tip number 2 on how to stay positive. All right. I feel like I need a drum roll for this one. Okay. Because, I know we got one more tip to go, but this one, I feel like I need a drum roll for a couple of reasons. So I'm going to give myself a drum roll. Okay, so this is video tip number 2 on how to remain positive. Unplug from bad news. So I'm talking about bad TV news, like things that's happening on the news. It's bad news. Unplug from that. So we're talking television, radio, newspaper, right? I know some of you are probably saying, duh, Tia, that's not heavy. Like, really, that's not deep. I know that if I want to remain positive, I've got to unplug from watching bad news on television. In fact, I may not even, I don't even watch bad news on TV. Okay. And then there's the other half of you that may be saying, wait, weren't you the news lady? Like, how are you going to tell us not to watch the news? I'm not saying don't watch the news. I'm saying unplug from the bad news. Now, that's totally up to you to judge how much news you watch on the newscast is bad. So that's up to you. But I'm just saying, monitor that, unplug from that. All right. But once you get past that, you may say, oh, that's simple. That's easy. Or I don't really watch, the newscasts and look at the negative stuff. Anyways, okay, good for you, because there are some people that they just want to sit there. They want to see, the crime, the death, the murder. And it's not that they probably are some brutal person. It's just they're caught up and they're feeling anxious to know what's going on in my community. And oh my goodness, what's going on nationally. And I think it's important for you to stay up to date. But for me, I stay on a low information diet. I'm real careful about what I receive and what I take into my spirit. So monitoring that, unplugging quite a bit, if like as much as possible from the bad news. But now here's the other side of it. It's great and might be fairly easy for you to unplug from the traditional mediums, right? So television, radio, newspaper. But I also want you to monitor how much time you're focusing online as well. So within your social media. So I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter. Did I say that? Instagram. Yeah, so I know that some of you have been secretly cyber stalking. The reason that I know is because I've done it too. I mean, I've found myself doing that. I mean, everybody does it. You're going along and then you see somebody that's doing some great stuff and you're like, ooh, what's that? You have to be careful though. So I'm not saying to eliminate your cyber stalking, because we all do that. I mean, social media has made it so easy for us to know what's going on in everybody's world, but just be careful with that, because it's all about remaining positive. And what people put on Facebook is themselves in their best light in that moment, right? And it's frozen as like their profile picture. I mean, seriously, come on. I do not look right now like my profile picture. I mean, I had, a makeup artist that did the makeup, and it was great lighting and great photography, and then I was like a little smaller than what I am now. So all that stuff was like perfect, and it was perfect for my profile picture, and that remains as my staple image, right? But this is not how I look every day. This is how I look every day, I throw on my Tamar and which if you were at the McDonald's choir showcase, then you would totally understand what I mean by my Tamar that I have, that I'm wearing. Shout out to K Monique and her wonderful hair styling unit pieces. All right. But anyways, let me get back on subject. So staying positive, the whole cyber stalking that we all sometimes are guilty of doing, monitor that, check that, because what will end up happening, you'll start getting what I call comparisonitis, right? And you'll start comparing yourself to what other people are doing. But keep in mind, what they're posting is them in their best moment. It's all about staying positive and staying focused, right? And then I even looked up, and I'm going to look at my notes here. I even went online to just see, what studies are saying. There is this new online epidemic that's called the smiling depression. And it's a term used to describe depression. It's a term used to describe people who are depressed, but they do not appear to be so. And apparently, in America today, 6.7% of the population over the age of 18 suffer from major depression, and it's the leading cause of disability between the age groups of 15 to 44. So I know these are like somber type facts here, but it's like, Tia, I thought we were going to stay positive. Well, I'm giving you the raw truth. This is one of the ways that you can stay positive, and again, it's this new epidemic called the smiling depression. So, focus on the fact that you might be spending quite a bit of time online. Pull back, because you got stuff you've got to do. Again, you're up leveling, you're moving forward, you're looking at this new business that you want to start, all this great stuff. And you do not have time to be sad, depressed, negative. So that's one of the ways that you can also remain positive, is just monitor the news that you have coming into you. And speaking of that, I actually did a full interview with a positive interview with a dear friend of mine. Her name is Denise Hendricks, and she was a former producer for the Oprah Winfrey Show and also the Monique Show. And she's now a producer over at HLN, so Headline News in Atlanta. And we did this whole interview together. You've got to check it out. But she talks about this whole component that we're speaking about right now, about social media. And she talks about some of the things that were posted online that gives the impression that some folks are living their best life right now. But you got to check that out and listen to it. It was pretty cool to hear it coming straight from someone like her. But it was an amazing interview. You definitely can check that out. That's a part of a brand new series that I've got coming called Finding Me Today. It's a 3-part activation teleseminar series, and I've got some amazing people that's going to be a part of it. From her, I've also got Tamala Mann that's joining me, and also my dear friend, Pastor Hart Ramsey, is also going to join me. So all those details you'll begin to see soon on social media. And that's the positive stuff, and then you want to see it and then pull back. And plus, we'll send you information directly to your inbox. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so I hope that this positivity tip has been helpful for you. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave your comments below. Let's work through it together. Ask me questions. I'll share what I do, and then we'll keep it moving. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day, and until next week, I'm Tia. Shine bright. Bye.